Yeah, today we are going to discuss about security implementations. What are the facilities available, and where in all we need to implement the security with respect to Golden Gate. As we have seen, we have source database over here, and this is the target database. And we have extract over here, and we have redo log files over here. Transactions will be recorded to the redo log files. Extract reads them and pushes to local trail files, and pump will be here, and pump reads this file and pushes to target. And target will at the target side there will be a process called collector. It collects the transactions from the pump and it places them into remote trail files. There will be one replicate process over here. Replicate will read this remote trail files and it applies to target machine. And if you see, there will be one parameter file over here, PRM file, and there is a one PRM file over here for pump process, and there is a one PRM file for this pump process, sorry, replicate process. And in each file we are specifying Golden Gate username and password, so in the clear text format. Okay, and next one is this local trials. These are the files in which all the transactions will be recorded. Whatever extract is extracting from the redo log files, those transactions will be written to local trial files. Of course, local trial files are in a binary format, but there is a possibility for security breaches over here. There could be some. There are some tools through which we can able to view these binary files, and they may get the sensitive information from these local trial files. And we are sending the data through network. So this is the network, we can say. So from pump to collector. So through here also there could be a chance some hackers may steal the data from here also. Or we are placing the security info, we are placing the trail files in the remote trail files also. So there could be a chance that there is a possibility of security breaches over here. So so far we have seen it that there are many areas wherein there could be a possibility of security breaches. So in order to overcome, Golden Gate provided good security features, at the same time very simple to implement. It's not so complicated. So far what we have seen is that there are mainly, we can categorize into three sections. One is securing parameter files, because it contains GG user password. And the second one is securing trail files. Trail file means whether it could be local trials or remote trials. And third one is securing network transfer. So these are the three areas broadly we can divide into. So these three areas we need to protect so that there won't be any security breaches. Say for example, securing PRM files. Securing PRM files means what is a PRM file? PRM file is nothing but one parameter file for each process, whether it could be extract or pump or replicate, and wherein we will specify database username as well as the password, and this user mostly having a DBA privilege, so which is a very risk. So I mean, not only DBA privilege, even if it is non-DBA user, since it is a Golden Gated user, it should have access to all the application tables in order to perform the replicate process. So if any security, because of security breaches, if somebody knows about this DBA this user password, there could be a chance that he can able to have he may access application data which is security breach. So we need to protect this PRM file. Okay, so in order to protect this PRM file, there are two methods, not two methods, there are two level of security we can provide for this PRM file. As I mentioned, PRM file is a text-based, clear text-based file, so anybody can able to see this file. So first of all, we need to ensure that nobody will have access to this file except DBA user. I mean, except golden gated. I mean, the except owner of this database or DBS. So, securing PRM file. So, in this, we need to remove read or write permissions for non-app or non-DBS, we can say. So let me show you how it will be. So this is the dir PRM location. Here we have a parameter file, our extract, that is for extindus, and this is for pump process, and this is for extract process. So if you observe the permissions for these two files, I mean not only for this, for all these, in addition to the owner Oracle user, others can able to read and write. Others, other than Oracle group, OInstall group, other people also can able to access. I mean, this is group belongs to OInstall and this belongs to others. So first step is that we need to revoke these privileges. We need to ensure that only Oracle user can able to read and write. No other should have access to this. This is the first level of security implementation. chmod 600 star. So now nobody will have access to our parameter files. Why I am securing parameter files? Because this parameter file will contain parameter file contains username as well as password. Password is in a clear text format. It's not encrypted. So which is a security breach. So first step is that I revoked the read and write permissions. And second one is the password should not be used. I mean, instead of storing the password in a clear text format, Oracle Golden Gate provided encryption methodologies in order to encrypt password of Golden Gate. So what happens is that we will encrypt the password and we will place encrypted password only in the parameter file. Even if somebody accidentally opens this file also, they can't understand anything what is the password. So with this password you cannot connect to the database from outside. So there is a breach. I mean, they cannot able to connect to the database. So we are secure. So in order to implement encryption password over here, there are different methodologies. Mainly we can say there are two methods. One is Golden Gate default method or Oracle system based methods. Okay, so we can use either methods. I am showing OS based encryption methods. So we almost similar to the Oracle Golden Gate default method, but we are going to cover OS based method. So it will be it has more it covers both options mostly. So I am covering OS based encryption methodologies. So this is about the parameter, securing the parameter files. So one is revoke the read and write permissions for Oracle user. Parameter files, and the second one is encrypt the passwords in the parameter file. So even if accidentally somebody sees also, they cannot do anything. They cannot access the database. Now I already implemented revoking the privileges on this file. Now I am going to encrypt the files now. Encrypt the passwords in what is that password file. Okay, for that there are a couple of steps involved over there. I already did last night, and I'm going to show you how we are going to do that. Also, please note that for all our scenarios, I'm using our unidirectional replication, which we did some time back. So that will be easy for you to understand. First of all, let me go through steps how we are going to implement, and after that I will perform each and every step, and I will try to explain as much as possible. First one is that we are going to generate encrypted keys at OS level using keygen. Basically, keygen is a OS utility which comes along with our Oracle operating system. So anybody can use it. And with keygen, I'm going to generate certain number of keys. If we need 2 keys, we are going to generate 2 keys, 3 or 4. You can generate as many as you want. So keygen, and this is a 128-bit encryption and number of keys. Suppose if I need 2 keys, I will specify 2, or if I need 3, I am going to specify 3, etc. Like that we are going to. Once you generate the keys, you will get some keys, so which you will make a note of that. After that, once you generate the keys using keygen, you need to preserve them in a file name called ENC Case. ENC Case means encrypted keys, that will be located in Golden Gate Home. So create so this is the file name. So in this file name, what I'm going to do is just I'm going to place the keys whatever I generated in the first step, and I'm going to put a one name for each keys, so that no need to specify everywhere this one. So instead of this specifying this key, I'm going to use the keyword for that. Okay, this is the second step. First step is generate the keys, how many you want. Accordingly you can generate the keys, and you need to specify the encryption bit number also, 128 or 256 or 64-bit encryption, etc. You need to specify. And third one is, once you generate the keys, then what you need to do is you need to copy the same keys to the target machine also. That's ENC keys file you need to transfer. So what happens? The same keys will be present here as well as there also. And fourth one is, we need to encrypt our database password with respect to the keys whatever we generated in the first step. In the first step, what we did, using keygen command, we generated keys at OS level. Now I'm going to encrypt my database password with respect to the key whatever I generated in the first step using keygen command. So in the fourth step, what I did was encrypt password name, password, and Golden Gate password I'm specifying, and using which encrypted key. So the first encrypted key whatever I used over here, so I'm specifying over here. So using this key, with this key means the one which we generated in the second step, it generates a encrypted key, encryption password for this password. This is also password. So for this is generating one encrypted password, and which is algorithm type is AES-128. So this is the encryption key for my database user password. This is the database user password. For this, encryption key is okay. So we need to make a note of this one. So as and when in any place, if we need to specify the password, we are going to specify this password only, not this original password. So we are going to specify this encrypted password only everywhere. Okay. So once you generate this encrypted password, I am going to modify this parameter, this encrypted password, with original text-based password. So how it was earlier, we used to specify username and password in a clear text format. So after replacing, how it will be username, and password is the encryption key whatever I generated in the previous step. So I am going to use that. So this is the encryption I used it. So the same thing I used over here, comma. this is an encrypted key. Which key I used for generating this encrypted password? EIND key. You can use any name for this. Okay, so I used the encrypted password instead of clear text for my extract process. Okay, so once you do this one, so in order to test it, we need to restart that extract process. Okay, so the same way we are going to generate a key for pump process also. Based on the key, we are going to generate the encrypted password for that particular database user, and that encrypted password, the generated encrypted password, we are going to place in pump parameter also. The same way, we are going to generate one key for replicate process in the target, and we are going to generate encrypted database password or encrypted password for a database user called GG user using the key which I generated above. So the similar way we did for pump as well as replicate and extract, we did the same methodology. Once we complete this process, we are going to restart each process, and if it starts automatically means the encryption methodology, whatever we used, it is correct. If pump process or replicate or extract process is not starting, means there is a problem. Okay, so that is the simplest way to know whether it is correct or not. So we are going to cover that options also today. Okay, now, so what I did was, in a summary, for any password to replace, first I need to generate one key at OS level using keygen command. Second step is that I need to generate, so I need to place those keys in a text-based file called ENC Case, which will be located in Oracle Golden Gate Home. And we are going to place the keys, whatever I generated using keys, and I will tag with some certain key for each encrypted code generated by keygen. And once it is done, then I'm going to generate the password, encrypted password for each database user, and I will generate an encrypted password using that. So once that is available, what I'm going to do, just I'm going to use that encrypted password in all the places as and when I need to use database password. So this is the method. So what I'm going to do now is, first I will implement only for extract, and I will restart and I will do one round of testing. If everything is good, then I will move ahead with pump process. Once it is done, once it is tested thoroughly, then again I will move for replicate process. It's a very, very simple process. Just try to understand it. If there is any doubt, just let me know. Okay, so before performing any activities, let me ensure that all the transactions are in sync. All the data is synced at primary as well. So I'm ensuring that the data is in sync with source. I mean, both the places like source as well as target data is in sync. Show user Scott. Select star from EMP. So 21 records exist. Set lines 120. Set pages 120. The same thing here also I'm checking. So 21 records exist. What I'm going to do is, before that I will check if all the processes are up and running. So pump process both are stopped over here. Info all, pump has been, replicate has been stopped, so I'm making sure that everything is up and running. So I'm going to insert one record first. I will ensure that everything is in everything working perfectly. 6, 7, 8, commit. So replicate is working perfectly. So I'm deleting these records are not required, or that's okay. Even we can ignore it also. So here also 21 records. There also 22 records in both the places. Okay. Now first step is that I'm going to implement the encrypted password methodology for extract process. Extract process only I'm going to implement, and I will show you. And once it is done, then I'm going to implement for pump, and after that replicate. I will go by stage by stage. So for implementing the encrypted password, the first step is that I need to generate the keys using keygen OS utility. So first of all, I will check whether I have keygen or not. So keygen is available now, and so keygen. So I need to specify the bit encryption, which bit I should use for encryption, and how many number of keys. Now I'm generating only one key because I need only one key for my extract. You can generate 3 or 4, as many as you want, okay, in one single shot also, but I'm generating only one for time being because I need only one for extract. So key has been generated. So make a note of these keys. Okay, so I collected the information. The second step is we need to place this file into ENC Case. This ENC Case will be located at Golden Gate Home. So if it is not available, then we need to create it. So I am in Golden Gate Home, ENC Keys. In this, I need to pair with one keyword for each encrypted with each encryption. So what I did was, now this one I generated. Now this is the encryption key I generated. For this I need to tag with some specific name. So how I am going to do is extract from India to US. I mean, anything you can use. Just for easy purpose I am doing this way. From E stands for extract, that is located source location, that is India, and just I'm using key. You can use any name also. And after that I need to paste the encryption key whatever I generated in the previous step. So now ENC keys. So ENC keys contains encryption key tag whatever we are giving and the encryption key. Okay. Now the next step is, so that is done. Third one is we need to copy the same encryption key in the target also. In fact, it is not required. For as a general process, I'm copying it, but it's not required. Instead of copying, you can create it also with the same contents, but I'm copying it now. I'm using SCP-P Oracle user at Golden Gate so and so. This is located in Oracle Home, Oracle Golden Gate Home. So I'm copying it to node 2, that is Golden Gate GG host 02, and this is the Golden Gate Home in the target machine also. Okay, file has been copied, so I'm cross checking over here. So it is available. Now I need to encrypt the database password. So far, what is the password? GG user is the password for GG user. So I need to encrypt that database password. Okay. So how I'm going to use? How I'm going to generate? I'm going to generate the encrypted password using encryption key which we generated in the previous step. So the syntax is encrypt password. So what is the password and which key I should use? I will type everything so it will be easy for you to understand. First of all, I need to connect to the Golden Gate session and connect to the database. LOJ login GG user ID GG user password. Okay. Now okay. Now I need to generate the encrypted password for our Golden Gate user. Encrypt password. So what is the password for my Golden Gate? GG user is my password, and I need to generate the encrypted password using which encrypt key, EIND-KEY. Anything you can use. So I used EIND key because the reason why I used this naming convention is that this is for extract process. E stands for extract process. IND is referring to the source database, and just key is for our easy for easy understanding. I placed a key. Okay, so just I need to execute it. Automatically, it will give one encrypted password. This is the encrypted password for the Golden Gate user. This is the user. This is the original password for this encrypted format this is the one. And how it generated using this key. So I need to make sure that I capture this information also. Okay. So the next step is we need to modify our extract parameter. So how I am going to use it? So suppose if you see username and password is that I need to specify the password, and next one is how this password has been generated. I mean encrypted password has been generated using our encryption key, that is EIND key. So that also I need to specify. So automatically Golden Gate will decrypt it internally based on this encryption key, and it will connect to the database. So I am going to do these changes now in the parameter file for extract process. Edit params EIND-US. Sorry. Now view params EXTIND-US. So if you see, this is our regular methodology. So we are going to replace with encrypted password over here. Edit params. So previous one I'm commenting it out. We can use it later stages. So what I need to do is that just I need to replace this password. Then I need to place the password, encrypted password which we received in this step. So this is the encrypted password. After that I need to specify encrypt key which we used. ENCRY encrypt key. What is that encrypt key? Extract IND-KEY. So that's all. So we specified the encrypted password in the parameter file of extract parameter file. So once it is done, just we will cross check it once. EXTINDUS. So encrypted password is available over here. So and this is the corrected this is correct encryption key. So once it is done, I am going to restart my extract process. Okay. So for example, let me show you one wrong example. Then I will do the correct process. Params EXTINDUS. Let me take out first A. So I given a wrong encryption key. Now I am going to start my extract. I will restart my extract. First let me stop EXTINDUS. Stopped it. I am going to start EXTINDUS. So if you see, it is in still stopped state. Means if this is a situation, means something is wrong with the encrypted password. Whether it is not properly configured or something is wrong, we need to cross check everything. Since we know, I am making it sure now. EXTINDUS. So I corrected it. I placed the correct encryption key. Now I am starting EXTINDUS. Now it is running. So my extract parameter currently using encryption password for Golden Gate user. Even if somebody accidentally opens this file also, they can't see anything other than this encrypted password. And this encrypted password is only valid in the Golden Gate session. Otherwise, it's no use. You cannot connect to the database also manually. So this is about the extract. Now I am going to add one record also, whether it is working perfectly or not. Then we will move ahead. First, let me delete all these entries which are having job null. Delete EMP where job is select star from EMP. Only 14 records. So I need to have only 14 records here also. 14 records. That's correct. Okay. Just guys, let me take 2 to 3 minutes break. Just I will pause this one. Oh, lost the record. Okay. So